Hello everyone! Welcome to Ready Steady Create. I'm Master Harda and joining us my usual rigmarole of players. Now, before we jump right into it, let's kick off by going around the circle and, telling everyone like a fun fact about ourselves and our name. Or we could start off with who thinks they've consumed the most human feces. Let's go.
Someone's gonna come out that they're into coprophilia right now.
Think about all the tap water you've consumed.
I always get told I need to drink more water.
Human feces or other things feces?
Doesn't matter. If you're too lazy to cut the black bit out the shrimp, gotta weigh that up.
Well,
Mary looked at Ryan suspiciously when I made the shrimp comment.
Yeah, I mean, we've watched Ryan eat a lot of shrimp
Ryan
tails.
eats a lot of shrimp tails. Ryan eats a lot of shrimp
I'll go first as someone who, spent a lot of my summers in very rural areas and drank out of a lot of rivers that definitely weren't being filtered. There probably wasn't that much human feces in there, but there was probably a significant amount of, fish, duck, and sheep feces in there, so I didn't die. Hi, I'm George. Drink filtered water. I play Atlas Moreau, the Owlin Druid, who also says drink filtered water.
I'll go second. Hi, I'm Mary. I live on a farm, so case in point. I play Asher, the ASMR cleric. Pass on to the next.
I like how Harry said you could say a fun fact about your name, but you decided to go with the lives on a farm thing.
I mean, I was kind of answering.
No, we're talking about poop, Ryan. We're talking about how much shit you eat.
I don't know, because I only found out a couple of months ago that rump steak actually comes from the ass of a cow. So...
This is where Ryan has like a horrifying realization about like what Nutella is or something.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's like the fucking future. Have you guys seen the Futurama episode where they go to the slurm factory and it's like Willy Wonka vibes, but then it's like the giant slurm worm who's like she makes the slurm and they're all disgusted and she's like, what? Honey comes out of a bee's ass, something else comes out of something else's ass, and have you use toothpaste? And it's like, what ass does that come out of? You don't want to know. Milk comes out of a cow's ass, that's the other one.
I'll go next just because I don't know where I fall on this chain. So, hi, I'm Ryan. I don't know how much shit I've eaten. It's up for debate, I guess. I play Cyrus Revanmore, the Barbarian.
Nobody's gonna come out like fucking loving that like civet coffee.
Oh yeah, like the bat guano coffee.
It's not
The
bats,
cats.
it's a civet.
Yeah.
There's a thing called civet coffee where they feed coffee beans to a civet and then it poops out the coffee beans and then they take the coffee beans and they make coffee with it.
I'm assuming we're working down here.
With a few more animals as well.
Yeah,
Just
the further down we get, well, the less shit we're consuming. So if someone really likes to eat ass, the two of you guys, you probably should have gone higher up in the list.
Do you think that someone tried the civet coffee and then was like, what else could I feed these beans to? It's like, no, Steve, nobody wants your pigeon shit coffee.
Someone will definitely drink that. I'll go next. Hi, I'm Anthony. I play Varus Darkoof, the Citadel Fighter, and I'll pass it on to our least shit-eating person.
It's because Will has such a curated diet,
It's true. He has to consider what the animal would have eaten first.
You can't process the shit.
Shit's too high protein.
And apparently I have a shit filter. By default.
I suppose it would just depend on what the animal was. Like, rabbit, you're gonna be fine, but...
You know what mortified me was the fact that Nesquik is chocolate ball cereal and rabbit shit is the same shape. Ruined cereal for me, it really did. I still like Wheatos, but the Wheatos are the best. Wheatos are great.
Every single time the dogs manage to get in the guinea pig room, all they care about is trying to eat guinea pig shit off the floor. They don't care about the guinea pigs at all. They're like, this is the best thing ever. And it's like, guys, it's literally just hay that went through a guinea pig. Like,
Hey, if humans can eat poop, drink poop coffee, dogs can eat poop hay.
rabbits eat their own poop. It's called coprophagia.
Anyway.
They have to do it to digest it. They like... It's kind of like how cows have like ruminant, but they do like the full cycle.
Who wants to run us what happened last time?
Fucking no.
Last time something happened, and then...
You were inside Volgear, that did happen.
We got out of Volgear.
Yeah, we're not in Volgear anymore. And also there's not a slot in Volgear, and I don't know.
We did all
Ryan and Mary got married, and we'd kind of just like fobbed off D&D for a month.
we did
Speaking
the
of, I
whole-
do expect every single dice roll you make tonight to be a different set of personalized dice.
We've only got like 4. No, 5. We got 5. Somewhere. The temple thing with the gods and goddesses thing.
Yeah, and the robot came with us.
Robot came with us.
They've got Hexton,
He's in our cargo hold because he's kind of big.
kind of chunky. He is he's the Hexton of the strange creatures known as Modrons.
He was like, I could split up into like 10 million tiny Modrons, and we were like, don't do that.
Hated that idea.
I think we were heading back to Squall to check in on the Morose.
Yeah, and also to see if the planet is like imploding.
Yeah, I believe the intention was
We go back, we get within like the fucking planet, and it's just the entire thing's on fire, and it's like, well,
Well, we tried.
we fucked that one up. Not sure how.
Alrighty, so you guys are looking to plot a course from... You're kind of like in the middle of the, like... I think you're in the middle of... I remember fucking... you're in, like...
You can make up anything because we don't remember.
I do. You're in the Hula Major, so you're in this like big kind of like quadrant. So you're kind of like halfway between Ogla and Zephyr star systems. So would you like to just continue on to the Zephyr star system and like get there? You obviously are too close to Starshift.
We were just going back to Squall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just set course. We can kind of just fly through this region, right?
Yes, you can literally just like the Normandy and the localized like little bit, but like you don't need to jump sectors. You can just like literally, float around and travel your way there. It'll just take a few hours to get there. You've already rolled for encounters recently with the navigator, so yeah, you can get to Squall in the Zephyr system pretty much without much difficulty.
Yeah, do that.
Alrighty then. So yeah, you travel your way all the way back towards Squall. You end up in orbit. Is there anything anyone would like to do or speak to or anything at all? Or what's the plan? Tell me the intention.
I believe the intention is just to go down and just kind of make sure that things are going the right direction.
Make sure that there's not, the armies of strengthened beasts murdering everyone.
And assume that Atlas wanted to visit her parents.
Yeah, she hasn't seen them in like 7 years.
Now they've seen you. You've not seen them.
She's got to be chill about it. She's like, can't let them know that I got blinked out of existence for 5 seconds / 7 years of my life. I have aged 7 years, but they probably won't notice.
Alright.
How long do Owlin live for?
Average human length.
Pretty much everything in the new rules is like everything lives about the same as a human, really. Except for elves.
Except for elves.
Dwarves. They kind of took all the stuff that died early and just bumped it up to human.
Which I think is bullshit because it is so funny to me that Aarakocra only lived like 30 years. I always loved the idea of a party that was just like, you know, a bunch of races that like age massively but then take a while to mature, like dwarves and elves, and then just an Aarakocra who's like 3 years old but technically the adult in the room.
So you want to go to the Croak?
Yes.
Alrighty. Let me pull up my notes. My notes on the Croaks. Alright, how are you going? The last time I think you took the Chimera to the Croak. The Croak had a little...
No, we had to take the shuttle because there wasn't enough landy room. Because I remember we had to stop Kenku from stripping it for parts.
Oh yeah.
I think it was the shuttle, was it the Chimera you took that they were stripping for
No,
parts?
it was the
No, it was the shuttle.
from The Chimera.
Right, so yeah, so you'll definitely need to take the shuttle because the Emerald Spear is bigger than the Chimera again. So.
Yeah. Because we were...
Isn't it magnetized and they would take all the bits off the magnetized hull?
Yeah, that's right. No.
No. It was definitely the shuttle. Because we were going to take the ship down, but then there was only one place we could land. And it was like, it might be fine, or it might just tip over the entire spire. And Atlas was like, okay, let's not murder my entire city. I know we murdered that other entire city, but none of us lived there, so that was okay.
But yeah, to remind you, the Croak is
Kind of shitty.
big central spire that like towers like high above. The smog where below once was just this impenetrable like cloud layer is now beginning to break up. You start to see like, you know, water and like land masses like down on the actual planet's surface. The top of the central pillar here, this like sprawls outward in like multiple different levels. With this like, you know, real like structure and strutted like think lots of like corrugated sheet metal, like, you know, lots of like, you know, metal bars all welded together or bolted together in which way to do it. It's a very urban city, narrow streets and alleys that wind through these big towering buildings that make up multiple levels. And like, you know, you see there's a lot of like, you know, a lot of reused metal from the ship, and also like some stuff that's been scavenged up from the surface below. You know, the further away from the center of the actual spire you end up in that more of a stilt mess, like favela kind of style, where like, you know, the actual just like support doesn't really exist anymore, and stuff literally just buildings are like half falling off the edge where the weight just wasn't balanced. It just couldn't support it at that distance anymore. Luckily, most of the population can fly, so.
Theoretically, we could land the Umbral Spear on the ground because the ground's not toxic anymore and just take the elevator up to the city.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, the Croak has a fully functioning elevator whereas the Song didn't. The Song's is like blocked.
We could, or we could save like 4 hours and just take the shuttle from atmosphere because taking the elevator takes a long ass time.
I'm just saying, if the crew
It's also-
wanna break
It's
and
also
explore
deeply
a little-
horrifying the entire time.
I built
yeah.
shuttle.
I like to imagine, like, have you ever taken one of those, like, shady service elevators that, like, the second you step in it, you're like, this is how I fucking die? Like, I like to imagine that's what the Croak's lift is like, but it lasts, like, hours. Like, you're just there, like, this is how I die. This is how I die, but I've been scared for a solid hour, so it's sort of getting boring at the same time.
Probably just the overlying, like, it's going to get stuck eventually. Right?
Or like you're scared at first, and then you kind of settle into like, oh no, it's fine, and then there's just like mystery screeching noise, and you're like, oh god.
Yeah, I felt not being near the surface, so shuttle.
Yeah, also probably all the earth shaking and stuff has disrupted all the triple spiders down there, so you know.
Astra moves closer to Barrows.
Cyrus is doing triple spider math. How many legs does that mean?
Too many.
Alternatively, it goes the other way and they just have 3 of everything.
Still too many.
They're like a snowman, but like instead of snowballs, they're just spiders.
Doot.
3 spiders in a trench coat.
They're like upright and you're like, that's kind of fun. And then they go down and start crawling towards you and it's like, never mind.
Spider-pede.
Human centipede, but it's spiders.
That's just crying.
But yeah, you guys
I
want the shuttle
think
up?
easy either way.
The reason we didn't go to this planet that often is because Harry doesn't trust me with giving me a mutated horror world and then being like, you can name any animal here.
Also Druid, which means if you've seen it, you can be it.
A lot of smog
Which is where
inflected
Astra
stuff
Travis
become
starts from.
Which
like,
means,
monstrosity.
canonically, Atlas can turn into a rat bird.
Once she gets the ability to fly.
She has
in
the
her-
ability to fly.
In her wild shape.
She has that too.
You guys are
God.
like 14.
Yeah. I just never use flying things because I can already do that.
Just imagine Atlas being a, what do you call them? A rat bird? A rat pigeon?
Rat bird.
A rat bird. And just Barrows with like a kitchen knife being like, the tail!
No, Barrows. If you take that, I won't have a tail when I wild shift back. A worthy sacrifice.
I mean, right, bear in mind if it's a rat pigeon, that's just a pigeon. Because pigeons are rats with rings.
Yeah, but we established when you guys in the song you saw a rat pigeon. It's like it looks like a pigeon, but instead of having a bird's head, it has a rat's head.
There are rat
You just
birds in
grab-
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs that are just like rats with beaks and bird wings.
I thought I had a handout for rat bird.
I'm thinking of like Monster University, where the 2-headed pigeon lands with tail, and one head is screaming with teeth, and the other is just normal bird.
Hang on. Okay, everyone look at rat bird.
Ugh.
Great.
Beak and teeth is vital, you know?
All of the chomp.
Oh my god, there's a
that's
band
floating
called
head.
Rat Bird.
Are there still shit tons of Kenku on the docking bay, or have they gone down the elevators because it's safe now?
So you take the shuttle down and you fly a bit closer, and as you get closer and closer here, you see that the city is
Still
pretty
be there,
busy.
still be there, still be. Okay.
There are lots of people kind of coming and going. Like you see, like the streets pretty busy. It's like you like coast along, and you're looking for a good place to land. I believe the last time you landed kind of like near the center,
Yeah, for
near-
structural stability.
near the Perch Market, I believe is where you landed the last time, which is this big kind of like, you know, in the heart of the city, this like kind of fairly open air marketplace, where like lots of Kenku like that arrive. It's quite near where the lift is, and that's where they flog a lot of their goods from the lower area. And as you can like are cozy, we're looking for a good place to land because again, not many people visit Squall, like especially in like these smaller, more distant, like whereas like even like the Song, you think back, the Song didn't have much avenue for like ships to fucking land on the spires and stuff beyond, you know, like maybe the odd like one merchant ship at a time.
Yeah, I'm from a shitty garbage planet no one visits. We get it.
Third world planet. So yeah, so like finding out there's not like a dedicated landing zone for anything like this. So you have to kind of find a clearing where you can put the ship down.
I love you're calling it a third world planet because it just makes it like you guys are like, God, why is Atlas so down to stab someone whenever? And then you like visit here and it's like,
Yeah.
She's one of the more, socialized members of the planet.
But yeah, you kind of see the market as you're like looking over. Who's flying the shuttle? Is it Barros or Volgear? I also like that
Probably
Volgear kind of looks a
Barros.
little bit like the Wizard of Oz, a little bit. Like I can see his head, like because his shirt is kind
She's
of
the
being.
wizard. Oh, he's
Pay no attention
gone.
to the man behind the curtain.
You must find the red slippers.
Have we long rested?
Jeez.
I would say that if you want to on your travels here, have a long rest. You certainly.
I think we did long rest because I have all my shit.
Okay.
I think also there was the note that your magic school bus into Volgear was like your soul. So
Oh,
not
yeah,
your
so we got
true
to be
body.
EPP.
So any magical like essences and stuff that you expended were expended, but like things like your health and stuff were restored. Like
Yeah,
when you return to your body, 'cause your body's full of vitality and life.
Yeah, I just want to track that -4.
Oh yeah, you died recently. Forgot about that.
I mean, to be fair, it probably takes several hours to fly to Zephyr and Ogla back to back, so you probably would have all got a long rest. So if you've not long rested, I would say please long rest now, just so you can take the box and say it's done. Easier than worrying about, like,
Did we? Didn't
Crossing
we?
T's
Blah blah
and shit.
blah.
But yeah, you are flying over, and you see the actual pop market, and whereas before it was hustling bustling with the Kenku, the market is surprisingly empty. Like you see the tables are there, but like a lot of the tarps that are like over the top to shelter them from like any like rain or things like that, because the acid rain is quite bad here. They like you don't see any like there's no pop-up stands, maybe like 1 or 2 stalls active, whereas before like all these stalls are active, and there's probably like 30 stalls. Like it's quite a big marketplace. So you're able to very easily lower the shuttle down into the center of this marketplace. And before you were kind of like stampeded and hoarded, but whenever the doors open, maybe like one Kenku has approached, and you see he like gives like a wave of his hand, and like he gestures to the stall behind him, and you see it's just like a little stall with little knickknacks on it. They look a little handmade, like little like wooden, like carved, like whittled little things, and like he sees like who would come out first.
Probably Atlas to, communicate if there is a Kenku horde.
Cool. So he sees Atlas, and like he sees you, and he turns around, and then he finds a little like oil, like a little carved oil, and like he starts like thrusting it like in your face, trying to like get your attention with it, and like
No, we're not buying. We're not buying. We're not buying.
says to an Orin, bye. You look, bye. Good luck, you, bye.
No, guys, come on.
I've just
Sorry,
realised
steps
we've
like next.
What's
taken
Kenku?
anyone who's sold smoke suits, we just put them out of business.
Yeah. That's okay. That was, Alice's ex-boyfriend. Fuck him. That's the real reason she wanted to heal the planet. She found out that was his thing. It was like, fuck you. God, I've never seen this place this quiet before. I don't want to buy the owl.
Bye. Good price. For you, pretty bird. Good price.
That's my wife.
For you, pretty bird. Good price. Gift for wife.
How much?
1 gold.
Sure, I'll give him a gold.
He like just takes it. He gives you the little like wooden thing. He just goes over, just gets his bag, and packing up shop. He's
Cyrus, that's like
"Yep."
3 months' pay.
And you see he he takes the gold, he like takes off his boot, like puts it in the boot, puts it on, and then just draws a knife and starts walking through the streets, like looking over his shoulder. And
He's gonna go stab someone now. You made him paranoid.
No, he's it'll be fine. Bird? Jeremy just holds up the wooden thing.
It'll be fine, he says. From around the corner we hear, I've been stabbed!
Oh, look at my gold! More gold!
Cyrus, why did you get that guy stabbed?
All is fair in love and commerce, I guess.
I mean, that is the motto.
Also, absolutely bringing Saparna so I can be like, hey parents, this is not that god that we worshipped.
Oh, I didn't even ask if you're bringing in a companion.
She people now.
Yeah, it's been a rhyme for the whole thing.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Barros will walk out and be like, oh man, the little wooden figure stole his shirt. I was gonna get one of those.
Yeah, but look, the guy who sells mildly worrying signs sold out of all of his "the end is nigh" signs.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Volgir just
You look
walks
over,
to
there's
Cyrus
one
and
sign
nudges
left.
Cyrus.
There's one sign left, and it just says "sold out," and then below that, "this one is not for sale."
Cyrus, quick! If he really wants one, go sell him that one for 2 gold.
No, he would have wanted a little goat one, obviously. Or a little
Barrow, should we
person
roll a perception
one.
check if you want.
You could chop it in half and make a person goat one, I guess. And then you could also make a goat person one. A reverse satire.
12 minus 3, 9.
9, yeah, you're looking around. Yeah, he's long gone. Maybe he would have like dropped one on the chaos, but if he did, there's a lot of trash here. It's not a very clean place. They probably need like invest in like good infrastructure. Like
I hope Barros just has
Barros,
one.
No,
go ahead.
Like, definitely faster than him. He went that way. If you want to go and try.
No,
and
you're gonna
hide
get
him.
Barros stabbed.
He's
Shut up,
already,
Atlas.
he's already gone. Like, if it was open, I'd go for a buy, but it's not open, and it's not worth chasing,
I hope Barros
don't
just
know
has
that.
one weird cousin who's like satyr but reversed. Like he's just like a human legs and goat top half.
And also doesn't wear pants.
No, he wears pants. They all wear pants except Barros. This is established.
Barros is the reverse one of your.
Yeah. We were like, he doesn't wear pants because he's a centaur, and then we went to Lush and it was like,
Oh no.
Not a centaur.
no centaur,
Grew
satyr.
up watching Donald Duck, okay?
Saparna's still in her like little peacock-like changeling form, because when in Rome, and like you can see that she's like not being like harassed by, but like people just like stopped in the street and like have just started talking to her, and she's just like politely making conversation, and she's like, I have no idea, you're just twitting and tweeting at me like birds.
They are
Sorry.
birds, Sapana, as are you right now.
Oh yes. Hang on, I can speak in their minds, and then you see this like.
No, you're gonna freak him out if you speak in it.
quiet.
So I've been wearing, Barros has been wearing pants for, the past, 3 months.
Yeah, there's Cyrus.
He bought that spacesuit.
Oh, yeah.
True, actually, yeah.
Yeah, but I like to imagine that he commissioned the bottom half to be, clear plastic,
Like a 70s music video.
Yeah. Well, everything looks similar than expected. It hasn't fallen out the sky, so that's a good sign. Let's go see if my family are still alive or whether they were trampled to death in the horrible panic we created.
Didn't we get them?
There is a distinct lack of bird here.
Yeah, distinct lack of anyone, to be honest.
Didn't we get your family onto the Thunderhead Tyrant or something?
Wasn't in that city.
We sent ships in the vague direction of my city.
Yeah, I got confused between the bird cities.
That's racist.
I mean, if I
Because they
recall
are
correctly,
bird cities, Atlas.
That's racist.
you guys had enough
You have a
ships.
bird wife. Be more racially aware.
You guys had enough ships to get the entire population to song, and because it was localized to yourselves, I don't know if you sent anyone. I think it's take everyone now, but when you come back, don't come back to the song. Go to this one next. But then you unleash a smog monster and stuff within a couple hours of that, so they just definitely not have time. To
We
fill.
did do
Correction,
that.
Only half of us unleashed a smog monster.
Did we or did we not? Did we or did we not solve the smog monster problem?
Yes, Some of us
You
were actually
did.
saving
One
the
of you
planet instead of
died.
being
Yeah.
stuck on an elevator.
Yeah, like.
What if you were also like one bad ride down from both of you fucking
I
dying?
was
But we
eating
didn't.
in the
But we
evacuation.
didn't. We're also one like good roll from not dying, you know.
That's how, you know, tension works.
You left me, Astra, and Volgir, the least charismatic people of the group, to persuade people to leave. I did the best that I could, Barros.
Yeah, but we got sent to go beat up gnomes, which is, you know, what we do best.
That would have been a lot more enjoyable for me. I would have thrived in that.
You would have thrived
environment.
beating up gnomes.
Yeah, Cyrus. Cyrus by history, like
Yeah.
first it was the dwarves.
Cyrus hates short races.
Dwarves are like the gateway drug to.
He's heightist.
Cyrus would absolutely use a gnome to beat up another gnome, you know?
Improvised weapon.
Gnome
Now,
fencing.
now we have to make a canon. At some point, I'm just gonna have to drop kick a halfling.
Yeah. Harry, can you add like, could we, I know a guy and it's just an asshole halfling? Just a guy that Cyrus can drop kick, that's all we need.
I mean, if you kill Volgir's.
If you have a goblin in your backstory, you could drop kick him.
How do you know about Bernie the Goblin?
Cause I read all your backstories.
You suggesting murdering something there, Harry?
I was like, you murder Volgir's like arch enemy, and then like bring him back with Vivified Hope. He becomes a halfling.
Oh my god, it turns out that Volgir didn't lose his wife to a dragonborn, just a tall kobold.
Three kobolds.
Three kobolds in a trench coat.
Damn, they've been sundered.
God, no
I have
wonder
to
his
rewrite
wife-
Volgir's
no-
entire arc.
No wonder his wife left him.
Yeah, one for each hole.
Where's
Anyway.
the price of one?
He punches this guy in the stomach and he just collapses into three kobolds and it's like, motherfucker.
But anyway, you can go to the
Anyway.
marketplace on the Krog. What would you like to do?
Go visit the in-laws.
Right, yeah, this is gonna be fun.
I either announced you married.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
maybe
that's-
don't mention that. Not that I'm ashamed of you or anything.
I wasn't
But-
going to. Are you ashamed of me? Why
I'm
would
ashamed
you
of
say
all of
that?
you guys, honestly.
You married me.
Oh yeah, because I'm known for making good decisions, Cyrus.
Stop digging the ditch, Atlas.
Make your way towards Moreau Manor. All right. You approach the little like external area, like like Moreau Manor. It's fairly
Not a manor.
it's like a townhouse. It's got a small little like walled little patch of greenery around it, and has like a locked gate into that little area. Your family is still quite respected. Like they're like the Croak probably doesn't have like a council like the song does, but it definitely has like
Families of better standing and worse standing.
very much.
vibes.
It's probably less like democratic and more like survival of the fittest. And if you have a lot of money and wealth, you will naturally be fit. But yeah, you approach the gate. I mean, you have a key. You can just let yourself in.
I just realized something. Who took whose name?
Neither. We got married in fake Vegas, man.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. Look, am I Cyrus Moreau now? Are you Atlas Revenmar?
That's not how
Absolutely
getting
not.
married works. You don't swap names. That would
Switch
be
names.
fucking hilarious.
Yes. I vote that we do
Like,
that.
we trade. No, I don't want you. I like mine.
Okay, what about smashing our names together like a
Nope.
ship?
I'm good.
Boo. But Monseldale's a pretty good last name.
You can have that if you want.
But we both have to have it.
Mm.
Feminism.
Dossel? Donsel?
Worse. Monsele.
Anyway,
Monsley.
Aiva.
before we dox me too hard. What did we?
Don't worry, there's only one of you in the country.
Yes, true. What did we in the
But then
world?
that's probably one of us.
Oh, but yeah. So
Atlas does the... Do you guys ever have the thing where you visit your parents' home and it's like, do I knock or just walk in? I don't live here anymore, but also I lived here for so late.
I just walk in. I don't
Walk in.
knock.
I ring the bell and then I open the door. I like announce my presence, like a polite cyclist.
Well, technically your presence is announced by roo 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 roo.
Mine is open and hello. I do it the other way around.
Gotta ring the bell in case my parents are like in the east wing, you know, like.
Fancy.
Duke, they're not that posh. They wish they had an east wing. They wish they had any wing.
They have a fairly large house.
Yeah, but
You can just call the different side of your houses wings. No one can stop you.
It's true.
Alice will go in.
Okay, you unlock it. Step inside, you walk up the little path to the front door, and you see like the front door is emblazoned, much like the gate you just unlocked, with the family symbol of the Moreau family. And yeah, I mean, like, you know, there's not like, you know, any way to announce oneself, like, you know, there's not like
I guess then she knocked.
you knock on the door, the gate like closes behind you all, and it probably like has like a little like latch to like latch it shut, so it doesn't need to like be locked again. It can just be opened freely from this side. And yeah, you knock on the main door, and after a brief moment, you kind of hear movement inside, and opening the door, standing there, you see your brother. What are your brothers? You see Mika, or Micaiah.
Kaya.
Atlas.
How'd the end of the world go?
Well, you know, it's kind of scary. There was a lot of weird announcements and things. Come inside, quick. Mother! Mother! Atlas is home! He calls. And you hear, like, coming from, like, the dining room to the side, stepping out, your mother is there, and you can kind of see she, like, you know, tilts her head and gives you, like, a warm look. She goes like, my dear. Then she, like, looks at you for a little bit. Are you eating enough?
Yeah, it's been a stressful few. Panicked look to the party because she genuinely can't remember the last time she saw her. Weeks.
You
It's been a stressful time.
You look like you look. Whatever you're doing, you need to slow down. Whatever you're doing, you look like you're 10 years older.
Oh.
You look haggard. Look at your face. You've got more white feathers than your father.
I have been saving the world and stuff, Mother. I'm allowed to look a little bit tired.
She walks up to you.
7 olders at best.
She like checks like your face. She's like, I would have to keep some of my feather dye. I'm going to dye some of these black again. You need to take better care of
They
yourself.
look fine.
What would people think if they saw you?
Thanks for everything you just did. Once the word gets out,
What word?
I saved the world.
You did?
I told you I would. Didn't I?
Atlas, that's just some kind of fairy tale, and we tell ourselves many things. Look, whatever's happening, it is happening, and it has happened. You're telling me you have something to do with this?
Yeah. I did it. I mean, I had a little bit of help, admittedly, you know, there were...
And how, Atlas, how did you do it? How did you revert the decades of damage done to this planet? What have you done magically? Are you a god? Do you have the power to terraform and reshape planets?
No, I got a magic...
Like,
I got a magic gnome gadget that shot a laser into the center of the world. And then Barrels jumped in there, and then I jumped in there, and then we jumped back out again, and there was a giant smog monster, and all the Kenku were trying to trample each other to get up the lift, and there was a bunch of ships, and we murdered a gnome, and I think I'm out of order.
Volga will just nudge Barros and whisper in his ear, just
Reverse.
at what point do we just play this stupid and say, well, we brought her home because she was having hallucinations?
Very, very tempting. However, I would like to leave to see you next week.
True.
Well, if you did it, Atlas, then we all owe you our thanks. I just genuinely can't believe it. Yes, it's unbelievable if you did. Your father and your other brother, they've stepped out. Kalis has taken him down. They've gone to inspect the old vineyard and see if it is.
Atlas turns to you guys and is like, we have to go.
You do realize that involves taking the 3R elevator, though. Some of us don't fly.
We have to go to the surface.
It'll be fine.
It's fine. I was only joking about the triple spiders. They're not real.
And quadruple spiders by any chance?
She says they're not real, and then like looks over her, over to the others, and it's like.
I mean, we could just take the shuttle down to the surface.
Yeah, that'll be faster.
We have
And
to go to the
it's
surface faster.
It'll be fine.
Well, yeah, if you find them, get them to send a message on how it's looking, and tell Dad that I've packed up most of his collections from the study.
Noted. Come on, guys, let's go. Saparna, say bye.
Bye? And then she just like whisks out the door.
Ash just kind of dragging her feet a little.
It was nice to see you again. Boys, leaves.
Ash gives a little wave then.
To the mother,
Sadly.
obviously, not to Micaiah.
Okay.
A little wave for Micaiah, but
Yeah.
little boy for the mother.
She like looks at Cyrus and she's like doesn't understand. She's like, "Oh, respectful," and then you like leave.
I whisper into Atlas's brothers, oh, by the way, Atlas and Cyrus are married.
What? No, he's gonna lose all of his feathers.
No, he's not, because you didn't tell him to keep it a secret. You guys, like, you get to the shuttle, you close the door, you spool the
You
engine
hear
up, and
Owl
you just
screaming.
hear it's like just from the like some pigeon birds like fly up. You see little rat faces,
They're
like
like-
scared.
The like scream goes up and Atlas just like reaches like past you guys to the console and just puts it full force. It's like, go!
It's in reverse. You like plow into the science store, like it like smashes into a million pieces. You put it in drive, and you cascade down. I mean, Atlas, this is a pretty alien experience for you. As you come down from the spire, you don't see that familiar blanket of cloud layer that was the smog. And as you fly lower and lower, you realize that you're probably past where the smog would have once lay, and you see the lands before you. And although it has only been, the guts of about 24 hours or so from when the terraforming Averflux regulator was deployed, you see that there is a, what was once brown and cracked land is now beginning to turn more green. And you can see it's beginning to come to life. But Atlas, you are used to navigating to your home, like that vineyard, via...
I'm probably not used to navigating there at all. I've been there once and it was the time I died.
Yeah. Whenever you were here the last time, you went down the elevator because that's the only way to get through the smog layer safely. That's why you couldn't just fly them there before. And you remember, it was a long, it was a couple of days journey. It wasn't like a quick little stop. And you remember, there was a river you had to ford, and you remember that there was a like a few other things. And yeah, you basically spend some time like looking into this and like trying to like, you know, recount your steps. But from a bird's eye view, even though you're used to it, you were never this high.
I also have never seen it through smog.
Yeah. Well, you would have probably been flying when you got down
Yeah.
there, is my point. But yeah, so if you would like Atlas to try to make some kind of check to see how well you navigate,
Thank God I'm a navigator. Dirty 20.
right. So you remember the route. And as you were traveling down here, like, you know, the time is beginning to pass. You can see that the, like, actual, like, everything around here is beginning to get a little bit more green. And maybe it's just because the sun is rising, or maybe it's just because, like, it's catching your eye. But yeah, like, you know, you're trying to travel along.
I think she's like traveling. She's just like muttering to herself. She's like, and then past the dead tree, and you look around, and just like all the trees are dead. It's like,
Well, the thing is,
Or
like,
regrowing.
Yeah, things, and you remember everything's regrowing at a weirdly accelerated rate, because of the April flux. Everything is like you. This planet is being actively terraformed. Like, you
I
know,
hope that it knows when to stop.
It's a very good question.
So you're
Fucked
looking
up
for the dead
squall,
tree,
a
but there is
different
no
way.
dead trees.
You're looking for the dead tree, and you know, there's this like.
She's like
luscious-
past the dead tree, and it's like full of buds, and she's like, well, dead-ish.
Cross over a river, and eventually you find yourself coming up on the Monroe estate. It is in this little like mountain valley, several a couple like maybe like 30 miles or so southwest of the Crook. There is this little mountain pass that kind of winds through, and on the other side there is a big forest, and was the last time you saw it a very dead and untelling forest. But you can see that a lot of those trees that were dead have either been felled or have you know, begin to sprout new growth anew. A lot of them, to be fair, of these trees are probably not like anything that is left and is dead and is petrified. You can see that they kind of have like those like vines that kind of like grow up around the trunk and like suffocate the tree normally, but they are like growing all the vines and like, you know, growing all the twigs and branches, and like they give like an illustrious like hint of green as they begin to bloom and things like that. As they're kind of like recapturing it. But as like these things weighed on it, like you probably see a tree like just collapse under the weight, like splinters into like old dusty wood, all dried out and forgotten. But there is a clearing amongst this like shifting forest, and there are 3 tiered steps of quite spacious land. There is like 2 patches of like these like allotments that you can kind of see. You can see these little like stone walls around it, and then like on the 3rd highest shelf dominating over it, there is this very grand looking old like manor house, made of like brick, like, you know, like sturdy design, a sturdy structure, with like, it's very impressive. It almost looks like, you know, it's patterned design, and you've not really seen. None of you, except for maybe Atlas, have seen buildings like this. It is very unique. Although the materials are heavy and strong to weigh it to the ground, the design looks almost, the best way to describe it, you would compare it to like elven in design. It is very like, you know, almost like ethereal, and like a lot of things like the accenting and things like that. It is very much more elven in similarity than something like dwarven would be, where that's that more art deco-y kind of like, you know, strict styles. but you have this real beautiful manor house that like looms over it. You can see this like side, like a lot of little off buildings. You see these big vats and stuff at the side of the property. There's like a little spot where there's like, you know, a little like shed where there probably could be like, you know, like something like cart animals and the carts and stuff like that stored as well. And you can see there are in all the little allotments these little like wooden like spikes like driven into the ground, and like, you know, strung across them, you know, there's like these like old dusty like unmoving like plants, and the winds are like, you know, still blowing, but like, you know, everything here feels a little bit still. It's very gentle. You find a clearing to put the shuttle down. You rest up there, open up the door, and if you step out, you get a look at this thing from the ground level for the first time. Like looking up, you know, through the vineyards into the manor itself, you can see that the manor doors lie open. Like, you know, the front double doors are just wide open right now. And you can see that there's maybe like, you know, it's bright enough outside. There's probably no lights inside or anything like that, not at the moment. But the windows are all, you can see some of them are smashed and shattered, but on the most part.
Ta-da!
Nice.
Have your weapons on you.
We're gonna kill your dad?
No, we're not gonna kill my dad, but the last time I was here I got mauled by a polebear and, you know, nearly died, so...
Everything is fine. It's fine. Everything is fine.
I can show you the claw marks on the doors. Apparently it was quite the scene.
I feel like since Ash has got here, she's a little bit about lightning just been going around the whole time.
Her whole hair is just like static.
There's a little bug zapper right now.
You go to like help her out the shuttle and it's like, ah! Atlas will exit the shuttle.
Sure. I mean, Atlas, you know that in the vineyards there are those little little senders, like that are spiked into the soil, like testing, you know, quality and stuff like that. That you had were able to connect up to from the croak, so you could like monitor, like, you know, readings, things like that.
I feel like she will just like pure like muscle memory vibes just go check one of those.
Sure, just over. You're so used to seeing like the value of this, and the value it always reads out. It reads out the percentage of the air that is like actually like
Air.
oxygen. So it's not like a true representation, like, you know, like what's there, but it's like what percentage of the air is actual like oxygen. So not necessarily perfect. Like, you wouldn't want it to be 100% because it would be fucking insane.
I think you die if you breathe pure oxygen, isn't that a thing? Like, it's got to be cut with other shit.
Yeah. But for the most time, you know that the surface of the skull was pushing about 4% oxygen for most of your life. When you look at the readers now, it's reading out round about 25, which you would know is probably over historical records before the smog.
Well, it's doing something.
For context, Earth has about 20.9% of oxygen in the air. So this is quite oxygen dense. So breathing it feels full of
High
energy.
as balls.
You feel like very
Quite heavy,
powerful.
isn't it?
Yeah. Check that Atlas. Is there anything else anyone or Atlas would like to do?
I think Volga is just kind of following Atlas because he has no idea where he's going.
Yes, I was sort of following Atlas as well.
Following Atlas, but got head on the swivel because she's paranoid.
looking for creatures with more than 2 legs.
Like a leaf falls and she's like, yeah.
Like, she's
It's
going on
when-
the stars
it's when
and
it's the
skip, like, or Cyrus's arm, but like the nails are like clutched in.
Cyrus, one of Cyrus's arms, all the hair's just like standing on end.
It's when it's not a creature crawly on the floor, and it's a spider bird, a bird with the head of a spider.
I need to drop that AI art and hold on. It's
I
gonna
don't
be.
even
It's
want
gonna
to
be
know
a thing
what
again.
a bird with the head of a spider, 5 wings, and 3 legs.
You see there's like a spider like climbing on a tree, and like it falls off the tree and it lands on its back, and then you just see like legs just like protruding from its back, and it just keeps walking while its upper legs just like curl up into like the dead spider legs on the back.
Ugh.
Everyone else is really scared. Barris's stomach just grumbles.
Can you eat spiders like lobsters? Is that a thing?
Barros is looking for a
Lobsters
spider,
is just
spider
bugs.
recipe for biscuits.
Sea bugs.
I always wondered that about woodlice. Woodlice are crustaceans, the same as crabs and lobsters.
Oh. I wouldn't recommend eating them though.
I mean, it's pretty common to eat the bigger ones, like the
Like the sea
ocean
ones.
variants. Yeah.
Isn't it an isopod that's like the parasite in the fish where it eats their tongue and then replaces their tongue?
No idea.
I think so.
Well, I guess into the house.
You head up to the main gate.
Thing that I'm definitely not traumatized by in any way.
You head up to the main doors, and
There's a dog.
you're a dog. There. You head up to the main doors, and there is a. She might be outside.
Okay, you keep going. I'll let the dog out for pee break.
He really needed to go. The dog just took off at speed the second George said that. But yeah, as you guys get close to the door here, you can see that the doors I described that were open. They're not just open, they have been fully taken off their hinges. You can see that they've been set quite neatly just to the inside of the door frame on the inside, as if someone has removed them. You can see that there are these huge, big gashes in the wood that are not like being painted or filled in by any means, but they are by no means fresh. They are like old and just kind of weathering at a first glance. You're not sure how long. These big like grooves like carved into the surrounding door frame, and even like the brickwork, as well as the wooden doors that are propped inside themselves. And as you guys approach, you're not being stealthy. You're quite a loud group. And then you probably hear from inside a voice. And you hear someone call out, "Careful now. There's nothing for you in here, looters. All the good stuff's been taken already. I recommend you move on."
Do we recognize the voice?
Yeah, it sounds like Atlas's other brother.
We're not looters. Mrs. Moreau told us you'd be here.
You see...
here.
Let's hope we were
Atlas.
looters and scared them.
You see stepping out of a side room, and you, as he kind of like steps out and sees you, you see he has a firearm, a long cylindrical barrel, like, you know, kind of like in his hands, and he walks out and gets to like look at you and recognize you, and as he sees Atlas, you see he immediately just like breaks the barrel from the action and just like, you know, makes it safe, and he just like slings it up over onto his shoulder, and like Kalis before was when you last saw him in the house, he was wearing like quite nice robes, like, you know, quite well put together, and, you know, definitely present himself. And for context, all of his feathers, he's like almost like albino, all of his feathers are like basically white with the exception of the odd couple of black. Unlike the rest of Atlas's family, who all have this like black-blue plumage and like this like white like pattern around their face, except for where their beak is, it kind of makes them resemble a humanoid skull. Whereas Kalis is more or less fully white, with the odd flecks of black at the other end that you all know based on what Atlas has told you, I think in the past, that from his injuries that he endured traveling through the smog before. And he looks at you all, gives a little nod, and then gestures to the area behind you. Goes like, "So, I'm guessing you all had something to do with this."
Yeah, pretty much. There were some gnomes involved, a giant smog monster, giant laser beam into the planet core, dropping a device into the planet's core, Barros died, we brought him back. It was a whole thing.
It's basically a big smog magnet. Get rid of the smog magnet.
Alrighty. And he looks at you, not understanding. He's like, "Well, that's a little beyond what I know." But yeah, I mean, thanks for helping us, I suppose. Got a lot of work to do now. It's not gonna be easy. It's kind of like starting all over, unfortunately. Dad's downstairs in the basement. He's looking for something. But who knows if he'll find what he's looking for. He's got, I think he managed to save one or two little bits and pieces whenever they first fled here, but he's just checking to see if anything else might have survived. I'm just keeping lookout. Gonna go chat to him. He's downstairs, and he looks around, looks past you. He's like, "You came in that shuttle, I guess, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it locked?"
We know about this.
Okay. There's just been a few, now that the surface is a bit more accessible, there's been a few roving bands going around, going for areas that before were too heavily polluted. Even a smog suit wouldn't have kept you safe. It would have eaten the actual condition. So they're definitely trying to strike while the iron is hot, if you catch my meaning.
Doesn't the shuttle also have the stealth tech?
Only if Volgir's
this
in it casting it, and it's not this shuttle. This one has a machine gun. The other shuttle you guys have left with the
getting stealth
Chimera.
tech.
And that's
get
not
stealth
shuttle
tech.
stealth tech, that's Volgir stealth tech.
Yeah.
Durgar stealth tech.
Doesn't the Umbral Spear have stealth tech though?
Yes. But the shuttle doesn't.
Oh, okay.
But the full ship does. It takes a lot of energy to run stealth mode.
Yeah, and I think we're giving the Chimera and our shuttle the stealth tech.
I couldn't remember if
The
the-
a traditional stealth mode for a Tev is you're running on silent, where you basically turn off as much of your ship as possible to be undetectable because you're not giving off any energy signatures, which is pretty good because a lot of ships like your ship only really has forward-facing windows a lot of the time. So if you're not visible and also if you're going that fast, they're kind of fucking pointless anyway. So a lot of people drive by map rather than drive by sight. Whereas the Umbral Spear can fully cloak and go into atmosphere, fly over shit and not be detected by vision. Maybe by noise or people might see trees getting moved and stuff from the force of it, the wind air pressure. But on the whole, it's a lot less obvious than a fucking ship.
I just couldn't remember if they had the same technology or if the shuttle didn't have what the Umbral Spear did.
I think you let the shuttle to maybe get that added on. I think so. The shuttle, whenever you get it, will have a cloaking feature, the new one. When you pick that one up. But yeah,
It's
the current one you have.
Chimera, isn't it?
It's the old Chimera shuttle, yeah. Which I think you've
both of
taken
them.
the gun off and have installed an arcane glass.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. For context, Atlas, Kalis came out from his hidey hole after basically calling out about potential intruders. Whenever Cyrus identified the group,
Potential intruders were us.
he's got a gun, and he's not in his usual comfy robes that you would have seen him before. He's kind of in these traveling traveling gear. So he's got a little bit protection on himself. He's got kind of more what a hunter would kind of probably wear. A little bit of protection, he has they came into some trouble or things like that. And he's like got the firearm like busy like mounted on his like shoulder, like with the like it's in a safe position, it's not ready to fire. And he's like kind of conversing, and he told you that your father was downstairs looking for something in the basement, and he's just keeping watch up top while he's down there. And he made a remark that most things have been taken, probably by looters and things like that, because you didn't like have a way to protect the house.
Well, Asher and I are good at looking for things. Let's go give him a hand.
Before they leave, Sarah's like lean down to Astra and be like, do you have locate object?
No,
No.
I need to sleep.
That's a real shame, because that might have been useful if her dad's looking for something in particular.
Yeah, most of the time I have to locate one of you lot, so I keep locating people. It's cool, like, although if there's something moves in there that shouldn't be, I may set fire to something.
If something moves up here that shouldn't move, you're gonna set fire to it.
Yeah.
I will say the higher oxygen level on the planet, the fire is probably a bit more effective.
She got meta magic, just thunderwave turned to fire. It's all good.
It's like, after all these years, we finally have Moreau Mansion back. Astra with one spider.
Sit down.
Yeah, Atlas will head into the building and downwards.
You probably need to get directions with your brother, because he will direct you back out from where you came to the side, like little building with a little like
wine cellar.
a little side access, which is where the stables are all connected to, and where the little like loading bay for the carts and wagons would be. And next to that, there are these big like horizontal wooden doors. Well, there would be, but they have been. You see that they are splintered on the stairs below. They have been smashed in. Similar to the big gashes and gouges on the front doors that have been propped up to one side, and the door from brick alongside that. These are not new bricks in the wood. You can see that the wood has aged and rotted. They're not like that virgin, like wood coloring you normally see. They've like gone a little bit green with time and things like that. And yeah, you see these like dark staircase leading down. Atlas, you can see pretty well in the dark. As you can imagine, so can your dad. There are no lights coming from the basement. Okay, so Atlas, who goes in first? Okay, you start going down. Stepping on the steps. When you get into the basement proper, you can see that there are, it's a surprisingly spacious room.
Astra follow me, or does she just fuck off?
She follows slowly. She's waiting for you to shout, and if something happens, she fucks off back to the stairs.
You have dark vision,
I think
Astra?
you should know at this point that
Yeah,
Atlas
she
will
does.
not shout. Atlas will wait for the thing to crawl up the stairs to Astra's foot.
She's dark vision, yeah.
So you're both looking around. You can see the dominating thing here is there are these big like tanks that you saw above ground that come all the way below ground, and there are these big metal struts to support them from below. They got these big like twisting like valves on them. You see these big hoses and pipes and tubes all connecting them up together. And you see like that's kind of like on the left hand side of the room, and then on the right hand side of the room there is like just fucking walls of barrels, like stacked floor to ceiling. And like this is a deep basement. Like there's hundreds of barrels up against that wall. And they're not small, they're big barrels. And then kind of dominating the center of this room, there is a little it's a very weird thing to look at. It's like a conveyor belt based system, and you can see it's all hooked up to this little like wheel, like this like probably 6 foot in diameter like water wheel basically that is suspended in the air. And you see that there are like various like green glass bottles all along the line. You can see there's like a stack of like papers at one point, a bucket full of like corks at another, and you can kind of see like a big funnel at one end, and it looks like this is something like bottling system to bottle the wine. And at the end, there's this big barrel, which is cold. It's probably like a barrel, sorry. It's like a big cauldron, and it's got this like it looks like it's full of something, but it doesn't there's no light in here for the cat's the top anyway, but it doesn't look like it is a liquid, or if it is a liquid, it's very still. And like you're kind of like looking around, and you see looking at the wall of barrels, you see propping himself up with his walking stick in a similar kind of like getup. He's not his like nice noble finery, but you see he's in this more like travel gear, like big like boots, like cover his little bird feet. He's got this like heavy like long coat, to keep the elements kind of at bay. And you see he probably has a I think he's got as a cane, and like as you come down the stairs, not being sneaky, you hear like a shing, and as you look around, the cane is being held in one hand still, but the hilt of the cane and a cane sword has been extended, and he's like pointed it in the direction of you, and then his head just turns to meet his arm, so his arm put over behind him, like full the way around to look at you. And then you kind of see his head cock for a second, and the blade very quickly back into the key, and then he begins making his way over, and he's like, Atlas, my dear, how are you? Looking as well as ever.
Not according to Mother.
Well, your mother is never happy, you know this. And, Astra, right. Yes, of course, sorry. It's been a long day. It's good to see you. Me and your brother were very excited when we heard that strange announcement about the evacuation. We thought maybe we would be able to leave this place. It was terribly sad, but then the announcement ended, and when we looked down, the smog was eating itself. And better than that, we saw a weird green on the ground we'd not seen for a very, very long time. So me and your brother, we packed up quick and we head off. We left your mother and brother back at the house to pack up some things. We were hoping we'd be able to move back down to the surface, and the air is most definitely breathable.
What are you looking for?
Oh. Well, you know that when we fled initially, I was able to dig a few seeds out of the ground from the old vineyards. I've checked most of the ones out in the grounds already. Unfortunately, my instinct was correct. They have all died, and they are not likely going to produce anything anymore. They would fully need to be uprooted and fully regrown. It'll take time, but the seeds I had, I dried out and preserved, so they would work. However, the seeds that we were first given, rumor has it in the family that they were given to your great grandfather, and whenever they were given as a reward, apparently Sapana was so overjoyed that they had completed their task that she was brought to tears, and it is that tear of a god who maybe gave them life, who rejuvenated these dry seeds into making them ready to plant and ready to go. The old family story is that your great-great-great-grandfather hid a vial of such liquid somewhere in the estate. We've all looked for it every generation, and we never managed to find it. However, I was just hoping, with everything that's happened, maybe something would be obvious. And I think back to all the renovations we've done to this place over the years, expansions and things like that, and no one had ever found it. One of the few things that doesn't change is the foundations of a building. The basement, I thought, would be a good place to look, so I've been looking for fake bricks, maybe behind some of the old barrels here. Unfortunately, the liquid inside has mostly dried out. Some is salvageable, some of the wine, but it is, it's quite, funky, would be the appropriate term. A lot of late stage tasting notes. You know, you're getting a lot of like fungus and mushroom and that kind of like, you know, those kind of flavors through it. That sickly, funky sweetness. That like fermented sweetness.
Yeah, you can probably still sell it to someone.
Well, at least it's definitely a grand reserve by any means. It'll need watered down to be actually probably palatable. It is almost like a dessert wine, just sort of treacly and thick. But it has a taste. It is not vinegar, which is surprising. But maybe that is the work of the grapes.
So, try and find a vial of god tears.
Yes, or make a god cry. Believe me, I have been trying.
What if she'd
I have
know?
consulted many gods and hope they might cry, but none of them have come to fruition.
I could ask her.
You could ask her.
Sorry, are you talking? Sorry, I'm interrupting. I'm just rambling.
I love the dynamic of the dad talking and those two having a full-blown conversation in front of him that he's not getting.
There's also a chance the tear might not actually be a tear, it could be something else.
I mean,
It's
we
an
know
old
that she was
story.
there at least, so...
Just imagine it's just a vial from the nearest river. Just
Sure. Let's go ask.
Okay, will you go do
No,
it?
you should come with. You'll want to meet her.
Meet who exactly?
I'll tell you when we get there.
You'll find out.
Okay, hang on. And he goes over back to where he was, and he like takes a claw, and he like marks like a little X on one of the barrels, so like he remembers his
Like,
food.
I have checked up to this point.
You probably would like fucking checking like,
He walks back down cellar, he's like,
I gotta start from
which
the start.
side?
But yes, he will follow you back up the stairs. You know, you can step over the splintered wood, the old doors were broken in.
Atlas will motion Saparna over.
You can see, you look, you've been away for a little bit. Is there anything the rest of the group would like to do while they are downstairs?
Cyrus is probably inspecting the doors, like
Sure.
running his hand along the scratch marks to like
In
check.
nature.
I was expecting Cyrus just going to be like, if you hear anything about me being married to your sister, it's hearsay, don't...
8.
I mean, like these are big gashes, Cyrus. Like whatever made them was a pretty strong individual. Like
Like I've seen Atlas's pole bear. I'm wondering, is this thing like twice the size, similar size?
well, the doorway alone is about like it's like a double door, so it's about 10 foot across, and then a little bit higher, probably like 12. It's quite a grand front door, for like a grand manor house. So like if they could fit through that, like you look at like the pattern of the claws, where they come down one side and down the other side. You're not like someone who studies beasts by any means. But like those are chunky gouges. Like you think you would like probably if you had like a chisel, it would probably take you a good couple of goes to get a gash that deep in the wood. And it looks like this was done in one fell swoop. Hot knife through butter style.
If anything shows up, by no means let Astra see it. She'll have nightmares for months.
Sorry, you were saying something, Cyrus? No, I've not got any freeze. Go fish.
Fucking card games.
I just like to Go Fish is just like our like party's version of Magic the Gathering. It's like the second like there's a state that's like is there a flat surface nearby? We play Magic the Gathering. We play Go Fish.
We play Go Fish.
But yeah, whenever you come back up, I think that Barros and Volgir playing Go Fish, like Cyrus looking at the doors, inspecting around. Kalis has like gone out and like stood on the porch and kind of looking over like the estate, like obviously with the shuttle and stuff. And like Saparna's out there with him, and they're kind of like talking quietly. Whenever you come out and you see Kalis like standing there, you can see that like Saparna is just like chatting away, making quite polite conversation. Atlas, make me an insight check.
Kalis is in love.
Kalis is chatting her up. Betcha. Playing all the one-liners.
18.
Your brother is like trying to like keep his cool. Like he has like this.
Ooh,
He's got a
baby, do you
shotgun,
know
right?
what that's for?
Like he's got a shotgun and like he's like shouldered it and like all that kind of stuff and like maybe like some birds fly and he like grabs it like quickly like snaps it around and like it's like and like he like pauses and goes like probably just an animal, it's probably fine. He's like trying his best to be really cool, like. And like Saparna, it seems to be fully oblivious, like to any.
He's used to everyone admiring her.
She's all the time, but you can see your brother is like smitten, like he's like, wow, look at this hot bird.
And Atlas is like, this is gonna be so much funnier than I thought it was gonna be. And she will just call out, Saparna, could you come over here for a minute?
Yeah, I can. And she's like, sorry, Kalis. And she will just like move past him, and like he just like follows her with his eyes, and like maybe like tilts his head. But like she probably has like introduced herself to him, like and he probably is like,
weird to be named after a god,
but like not the first time.
Yeah.
Like, how many people do we know named after prophets or gods in real life? It's not unbelievable to think people would be called such things. Yeah, she'll come over to you and be like, yes, anything I can do to help?
So, you met my ancestor, Avel, with the whole message situation, right?
It was a long time ago.
I know it was a long time ago, but unfortunately I wasn't there, so...
Yes. Your dad is just like... She's far too young to have been there at such a time. Like, no one is connecting these dots.
So, supposedly, you were so happy about, sending the message about how cool and brilliant I was gonna be, that you cried?
I mean, it's possible. Again, it was a long time ago. I'm not, like, all-knowing, like, I will put money that Cyrus still thinks we have for breakfast this morning. You're asking me something that happened, like, a good fucking while ago.
Cyrus, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
Did you eat this morning?
What were they serving in the kitchen? Was it eggs? I feel like today was eggs.
You people eat eggs, you barbaric people!
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe
says
try-
Atlas, who definitely also ate the eggs.
To associate with such people, such egg eaters. They're no worse than the reptiles
Fucking egg eaters.
of the Draconid Concordat. Those filthy egg eaters.
Anyways, supposedly there's a vial of U-tears hidden somewhere here. Any way you can, like, I don't know, source those?
Does Saparna tears actually mean tears, or is that like, I don't know, diamonds or something?
Oh, it flatter me that you think my tears would be compared to diamonds.
If you
No,
cry
not-
diamonds, we're
just-
gonna say a lot more mean things to you for the record.
You know what I mean? Like, tears might not actually be...
Yeah, I get the vibe.
In the corner, just rubbing his hands together, just like,
It could be a thing, it could be a location, like,
Are we
I-
talking
I
about
don't-
stopping for lunch? Is that why we're asking what we had for breakfast? Cyrus is joining the conversation, and that's what he'll.
You have to remember that I was... Whenever you first met me, my real form would be incapable of doing such a thing. I did have a way to...
She's
control.
saying this to Atlas, but she's staring at Cyrus the whole time.
I did have ways to temporarily take control of someone or something and use that as a kind of like an avatar of myself that I could be more present. It is a lot easier to communicate face to face than through dreams or that kind of thing.
Or being a giant squishy brain monster.
I wasn't going to say it like that.
What are we talking about? I'm lost.
Exactly. So if I did cry of joy, they would have been the tears of a mortal body, unless my controlling of them changes in some way. Or maybe like Astra says, they're in reference to something else entirely. Like it could be. I'm going to wager money that there is a river somewhere in the asteroid belt of Lush. Somewhere in the asteroid belt of Lush, which has been called like, you know, like Sapana's, like, you know, joy, Sapana's tears, or something along those. Like, it wouldn't be an unbelievable thought to assume. Or even on Kenor.
Well, I guess we're back to searching the basement then.
I wouldn't have a way to find it. I mean, if you want, I could just try to cry on them and see, but I don't know if that would help.
Can you cry on command?
Yes. Can you not?
You can?
No, it's an emotional response.
Just think about your dad for a little bit and see what happens.
I just think about
That
something
just
sad.
makes me angry.
Think about mom.
Single
also
tear
makes me
rolls
think-
down Cyrus's cheek.
The partner, you see she like goes in her head for a second, and there's a long pause, and
Think about that one time you tried to hire a doctor in a brothel, and then it turned out that he was a prostitute.
Are you saying that to me or Saparna?
No, to you. Think about that and see if it makes you cry.
I don't think Cyrus remembers that.
Again, that wasn't really sad. That was just embarrassing.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind you it happened, to be honest.
You see that after a couple moments, a single lone tear very eloquently rolls out of Saparna's left eye, down her little peacock beak, and then she catches it like in the palm of her hand. She's like, okay, a tear. And then she like rubs her like eye with a wing.
Bottle it.
Okay, do you have a bottle?
Cyrus will check his inventory. They don't think he has a bottle.
I mean, there's probably a bottle downstairs, right?
You did
Empty
see plenty
one?
of bottles
Mr.
on
Morrow?
the conveyor belt.
I have
Or
a
something?
herbalism kit, which you can use to make potions. Assumedly that would have bottles.
It has like vials and stuff, probably, yeah.
I'll grab a vial.
Yeah, she squeezes her feathers and it'll drop.
Okay, one potential Saparnate. Any
Go.
reference of what we were supposed to do with it?
It just said that she cried on the seed as she handed it over, and that the seed began to actually basically molt, began to like shed its external layer. It began to basically begin to bloom very slightly.
Okay, so now we need a seed. Do you have any of the dead ones?
They're not dead. And he pulls out a little snuff box from his like.
He still thinks we're
Backpack.
fucking crazy because this is just a random bird.
Pull out the stuff back. He pulls out, and you see he has 3 of them, and they're not fucking small. Like it's probably like guitar pick sized, like pretty beefy seed. But they are like shriveled, and like, you know, the outside of them looks almost like the skin of a raisin. They're not like full and like voluptuous like a sunflower seed would be. They're like pulling in from themselves. He takes one out and he hands it to you.
Let's try his putting the tear on it.
Yeah, you drop it on. Doop.
Something supposed to happen here, Cyrus says, staring at the seed.
Well, according to the old story, seed began to grow. It almost instantly began to grow. But
Maybe it's because Astra side-eyes Cyrus.
Cyrus side-eyes.
Maybe
but
it's
also,
because
this is just the tears of no offense. It's just one of your friends. It's not.
oh no, that's. I mean, she's not like fully Saparna anymore, but that's that's her.
Can I have a word, Atlas?
You think that I finally cracked? I get it.
No. Just. There's something in the basement I want to show you Moreau to Moreau.
You're gonna shoot me in the back of the head like Old Yeller.
I don't have a gun. Your brother has the gun.
He's gonna stab you in the back.
He's gonna stab me in the back like that way gorier version of Old Yeller that they didn't get past test audiences.
He like invites you
You
to the
avoid getting
stairs.
stabbed in the head by an illithid just to get stabbed in the head by your dad.
Alice will turn and be like, if you hear screaming,
I'm not
kill my dad.
my daughter. I'm not gonna hurt her. Atlas, come on. Stop being silly.
Alice will follow.
Legion says, right. Atlas, I thought I taught you better than to listen to these hoodwinks and swindlers. She's obviously not actually a god.
No, okay,
She's
so...
very pretty, yes, but she's not
Okay,
a god.
first of all, she doesn't actually look like that. And second of all,
So she is she's a swindler and a hustler.
Okay, because...
She's dolled herself up to make on an allure and claim she's a god. You know what she's really... Exactly. I did raise you right.
You heard Saparna when she lived in my backpack, yeah?
I heard a voice.
Okay, so you heard that was her. A little bit of her. And then we put more of her together, and we had to go get the last bit of her. And the last bit of her was a giant brain monster. You're gonna have to bear with me on that bit. And then we didn't know how to get her into our ship, and there were bad things happening, and we were kind of panicking. So we had this big surge of like chaos magic from when we don't need to talk about that bit either. So Cyrus put the chaos magic in the god, and he turned her mortal, and that's what that is. And I know this sounds absurd, but we are literally standing on a planet that I fixed.
Atlas, I'm going to ask you only one time. Only one time.
I'm not on drugs.
Are you sure?
Cut the Cyrus who's like taking a key out of his bag so he keeps his habit.
You're sure you're not on drugs?
I'm not on
Just slap
drugs.
your hand.
I am more compelled to believe you because of how the planet has suddenly radically changed.
Look,
I don't think you would lie about this kind of thing for attention.
if we go back up there, I'll make her do something weird and god shit-esque, but it might involve a living brain crawling out of someone's head, so...
I don't want that to happen. That sounds awful.
Yeah, that's why Cyrus is an orc now.
Oh, so that's Cyrus. I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, that's because he's an orc now. I did that also.
Oh, you killed him?
No, he had a bomb inside of his head.
Oh, good. Not good. That's... why?
A
Who
kobold put
willingly-
it there.
Who willingly agrees to something like that?
He didn't. He slept near a kobold who put bombs into... Apparently we all have one.
Draconid
and-
Concordat. You have a bomb in your... We need to call the doctor right now. Get that
No,
removed.
it's fine. We have the
No,
remote.
we can contact
We have the
doctor.
remote, and he's a robot now, so it's fine.
We're going to be stood here and
Atlas?
the doctor's just going to go through
Atlas,
that door.
I knew
You said you would only ask once.
Atlas, I'm only going to ask this once. Am I on drugs? Because I'm running out of logical options here of what is going on in your life.
What was in that wine?
Was it not why?
Yeah.
I don't think I have the parenting skills to deal with this.
Brings the
Uh-oh.
mother.
Well, you know, you decided to have a third child, and that was on you.
Yes.
Just had to try for the daughter, eh?
Indeed. Your mother really wanted a girl.
I was just waiting for the comment of, yes, we tried.
That might have been implied by the pause, yes, but Atlas didn't incite it, so...
That's because Atlas knows. Atlas has 2 older brothers. You're telling me you were an accident hasn't been yelled before? Look, you just have to believe me, because I cannot explain or quantitate half of the weird shit that happens to us. It comes with the territory of we got chosen. We got picked. now we have to fix everything, and it's awful and it's stressful. But
I have a solution. We're gonna go back upstairs with all your friends, and
none of them are on drugs.
no, this is. I'm not gonna ask anyone. I'm not gonna ask anyone. They're on drugs. We're gonna go back up so we can all be together.
Barros might be on drugs.
Fair enough. I appreciate the honesty. Does his parents know?
They might have given him the drug.
Oh, from one of those families. Okay, are you sure these are good friends for you to be hanging around with? You're only in your early 20s. We don't want to change.
You're in your early 20s? Yes, I'm definitely not 30 now because of weird time shit.
Yeah, your dad rolled a 4 on that insight check to realize it.
He's like, yeah, that's definitely my daughter.
He goes back upstairs to you him like, right, Miss Sapana, just for clarity's sake, my daughter here is under the impression that you were, or are, or used to be, or something, are a god? That is a,
What we thought to be a god.
there is more nuance to the question than I think you fully understand. Yes, I am the one you would have referred to as the goddess Sapana. I am now immortal.
I am now mortal.
Sorry.
Long look at Cyrus.
I don't know what you want me to do. We need to get you on the ship. We had to get you on the ship, and so I did the boop, and you became what you are. I'm sorry. I've got a new body too, so it's fine. Everything's fine.
Olga just looks at your dad and just goes, so he killed a god, basically.
He didn't kill a god.
Yeah,
He
it's
put a god in a state of being able to be killed.
Okay, and I just understand. So, how is it that my daughter has ended up traveling around with a god? Just humor me. It's quite a long story. You know the original reason I gifted you the grapes was for your ancestor who helped us find, well, helped deliver a message for me. But there was an additional caveat to it, and it was to ensure that at some point in the lineage there was a girl born, and she would be named Atlas. I think it was more of just the conceptualization of how nice a name that might be. It was for good purpose. Like what's happened with Squall, fixing something that is broken, if that makes sense to you. Well, I mean, I suppose, but I just don't understand why you are here now, or what you have to do with it. Well, I'm helping fulfill that thing. Squall is just one part of a much bigger, broken thing. It's a very long story, and I don't want to overload you. But it had to be Atlas. It had to be because Atlas was the only one I knew was going to be here. Because whenever I was in the past, I was able to connect to myself and share some knowledge of the future, like a fortune teller.
Are you saying you didn't know who B, C, D, and E are gonna be? You knew Atlas was gonna be here. The rest of us are just what?
Cyrus, I knew all of you before you were on my ship, remember? Before Atlas got sent back in time with me on her back.
Yes, no, I remember that. I remember that, but you were like, it had to be Atlas. We knew Atlas.
Atlas was the one who had a connection to the device, to the star mark. I knew Atlas was going to find it at some point. unfortunately, I wasn't sure how much of me going back in time influenced anything. It may have influenced a lot. It may was already going to happen anyway. Fate works in mysterious ways. In fact, I truly believe there is a god. There is a god of fate. I would say that is probably the most likely, true divine that resides out here in the stars. The rest of us are just quite powerful, but a lesser being like yourself, refer to us probably as divine. And like you see, like a Cabal, like is like, but like taken aback by that, and like he's like, and you said you went back in time, and he like looks at, he's like, this is a lot for me to take in. I think I need to sit down, and he like goes over to a step and like sits down on it, and he's like, I just don't know what to make of it. So the gods aren't gods.
Well,
But they are gods.
It
to
takes a
us.
while.
yeah, try learning all this while trying to fight things.
I suppose they're lesser gods. Would that be
They're beings of
fucking
immense
right.
power.
divine beings, but not necessarily?
Like how an ant might look at a person as a god because
Kind of.
ants are tiny and people aren't.
Well, putting all of that aside, we've got one of your tears on a seed, and nothing seems to have happened. So, if you are truly Savannah, the story is either wrong, or in fact you are, in your own words, mortal now. Whatever magic is there is gone, and we'll need to find this old stored source. That is assuming it was even actually tears in the first place, and not some kind of hypothetical.
There's not any like old original maps of when this was built, right? When the vineyard was first put in. Maps, cartography, anything.
It would be blueprints.
Maps of the local area,
Back then?
maybe.
Blueprints of buildings. Maps are like surrounding
Maps
area.
have buildings on them, Cyrus.
What?
Never mind.
There would be maps of the local area. I think there was one up in the study, from memory. As for blueprints of the building, they probably existed somewhere, but I don't know if they were best kept. And the building has had a lot of water damage. A lot of the anything that wasn't framed in a glass case and things like that have more or less been rendered illegible.
Oh.
Can I, as someone who went back to the start of time and did say I went to the vineyard to see it, see if I can remember anything helpful?
Sure.
I was there.
Make a history check.
$26.
Good. So when you were there, you would recall that the original building, that big manor house in the basement, was pretty much the only thing there. There wasn't these big fucking towering vats. There wasn't that big stable tacked on the side, and none of that. There was a lot more big barrels and stuff, like huge big barrels where they like stored wine instead of like the kegs. But they were kind of a bit more mobile. They could be like affixed to the back of a carriage, or like, you know, that kind of thing. But all the carriages came from like a local village nearby, like, you know, where there was an actual like, you know, like stable master, and like, you know, actual proper like traders and all that kind of stuff established. But it looks like they've tacked on this new side of the building, like with this like little stable, which serves as like the wagon loading like depot as well. Since then. You wouldn't have known about the tiers back then, so you would have no reason to inquire about them.
Yeah. Bless you.
And they were not like publicly on display or like in some big point of grandiose by any means. They were clearly hidden.
Okay, well, at least I know where the original building was, so... Guess we start looking.
Have you been looking previously? Is it possibly it's hidden behind something like a magical shroud?
What about like hidden in plain sight? Like if you've got like a statue of what you thought Saparna was, because she looks like this now. Maybe it's like in the base or the busk or the what do you call those things where heads busts? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be in a bust of Saparna. Crack
Want to
that
look at
open.
Sapana's bust?
No, I want to look at a bust
I mean-
of Saparna and crack it open and see.
I know
if
someone who
that
definitely
explains
wants to
why
look at her
inside.
bust.
That explains why you're spending so much time in her room in the ship.
I'm doing that because I still feel guilty about turning her mortal and she doesn't know how to clean plates or bedding.
She knows how to clean plates or bedding, she just doesn't believe in it.
Also, she's now got someone that will do it for her, so why would she ever learn?
I
she
don't know
didn't.
how to clean plates or
See, she doesn't know how
bedding.
to clean
Insight.
plates.
Insight. I wish
She
you
totally
insight that.
knows how.
She rolled quite badly for plus 11. That's a 15 on her check.
It'd be helpful if I could actually roll. Right, it's a +2. Let me just roll a d20.
29. She totally knows how.
Yeah, she knows.
Also, she rolled a 15. Atlas's insight is plus 15.
And that's helpful.
I don't think you know.
No, I know it's. I can't seem to roll because I've not got the D&D Beyond.
That's fine. You rolled a
Yeah.
13 on roll 20. So.
Yeah.
Plus
Oh, +2 then, so it's 15.
No, just enough. So yeah, you both know that Saparna is lying. She seems to know. How.
Cyrus isn't inciting. He's convinced she doesn't know.
He
And
trusts her.
His guilt is also weighing in there.
Blinded by his guilt.
-20 just for guilt. Yeah. Well, do we want to try maybe? Where do you think it's most likely to be?
I like to think that after he got his new body, he tried to pull that one on Atlas of like, oh, it's so hard to do things with my new orc body. And Atlas was like, you want me to take it off you? It's like, no.
I don't want to die again.
Well,
Hell was really shitty. I know you expect that because it's hell, but like even shittier.
the seed was given whenever the vineyard was very, very new in concept. Really, it did exist already, but that's why Saparna gave us a seed for the vines. So my guess was it must be in the original structure. It must be somewhere.
Atlas is gonna go down and touch that mysterious liquid.
Okay. You can go place your hand on it.
Yep.
It feels kind of like cold to the touch. It's like solid. Like you put your hand in it, it feels quite solid.
Try and push down on it.
Okay.
I'll
It's
look
very
at it.
firm.
Look around it, see if there's any kind. Is this a trapdoor or something? Is what she's trying to work out. Is this a real barrel?
Make an investigation. It's a cauldron and it has a little heating apparatus below it. It's also pitch black in here, so you're just like using your dark vision. You can't even see what fucking color anything is.
18.
She'll cast
18.
light when she comes down.
Asher comes down, casts light.
Atlas goes.
You see that the cauldron that you're looking around at with the light shining on it, the stuff in the cauldron itself, this hard stuff, is it's like this kind of navy blue color, which makes it quite difficult to differentiate with the black of the cauldron in your dark vision. But you look at it and you realize that it is wax. It's a cauldron of wax. Probably
For seals.
sealing the bottles, yeah. And you see next to it, there's a little like stamp, like just kind of like hanging on a wee hook.
Yeah. Can Asher try and look for like a cornerstone? I feel like that might be somewhere of significance where they might bury
Yeah,
it
make
potentially
a
somewhere
little
cool.
investigation check.
$14.
You're like looking around, like and kind of like what Atlas's dad was doing, like pressing on stones, like trying to find like a loose one and things like that. You spend a bit of time. Nothing really obvious stands out.
Can I just
Cyrus
look,
gonna make his
look
way
around
into the
like
map.
on all the walls? maybe put my hand on every brick just to see if anything's like a false brick.
Are you doing it in the basement? Are you going into the main house or the side stable, or there's also the vineyards themselves? There's a lot of areas.
I
It's the
literally
biggest
have
state.
fucking locate
He said
object
it was in the
prepared.
main.
Oh, well, there you go.
I mean, I guess I'll try casting locate object. I don't know if I have to know. It has to be an object that is familiar to me.
Well, you know what you're looking for. You're looking for the fabled
Yeah.
like tears
I mean,
of the park,
I'll
whatever that is.
try that.
Meanwhile, Cyrus is in the manor just like looking for any Saparna memorabilia.
I love the
Like,
idea of Atlas like
picture.
looking around, and then being like, wait a minute.
I'll do the basement myself because I'm thinking security-wise, the basement's probably the safest place.
Sure, make an investigation.
That's because you're a dwarf. You're like, everything should be buried.
Yeah, I don't know where.
Or else I'll just go wandering around the vineyards.
That's a 14.
Sure. What are you looking
This
for,
is where
Barrels?
Barrels just trips
Anything
over it in the middle of a
particular,
field somewhere.
It's been described as like, in his mind, like just a vial or something. So he'll literally just go around looking.
Okay.
There's not an old well or anything, is
Do you
there?
want investigation?
Yes, please. There's no well on the property. No.
19 minus 3, so 16.
Okay. First, you get a good look around, like, you check, like, because obviously there's like the stone walls and stuff on the perimeter, like, you look for anything like that might be obviously disturbed. Like, you maybe move a couple of points where you're a little bit suspicious, but you don't find anything, nothing strange or startling. And you guys spend a bit of time, kind of like searching around there. Volgir, same with you, like, looking around that part. Cyrus, what are you up to?
in the manor looking for anything Saparna,
Sure.
memorabilia,
Do you want to do
anything
perception check if you're like looking around for like anything that resembles that in particular?
Sure, I'm not good at it, but I'll try it.
Find something you want to investigate further.
11.
11. There's plenty of like, holy symbols and things like that, maybe, that kind of like you spend a bit of time looking over, but like kind of like her father suggested, anything like that might be of value has like been long since, like, if it wasn't nailed down or like, affixed to the wall with any kind of like, care, they've all been ripped asunder and taken.
Is there anything fixed to the walls or like?
There's a few things, there's some
Carved into the
paintings and
floor.
stuff, which are like screwed to the walls, like the painting, like the actual like frames have been screwed into the wall. There's some furniture like left like screwed down, and there's stuff that's like too big, like big 4-poster beds and stuff in the upstairs rooms that wouldn't be able to fit through the door, being broken apart and things like that. Like there's still furniture stuff here. A lot of it is like a little bit old and knackered and like, in need of a good sand and a varnish if it's gonna even, support weight, you're not sure, like that kind of thing. But nothing, unfortunately, catches your eye of like a Saparna-based thing that, upon closer inspection, results in anything useful. Unfortunately, you probably spend more time looking like downstairs, like than upstairs, because there's like more like open rooms down there, like the big dining room and stuff like that, which like has like got like these big cabinets that have all been opened up and whatever was on the store them's all missing. But you're looking for like false backs and things like that, or spending a bit of time down there. What's your passive perception, Cyrus? It's just 10, is it?
It is just 10.
Sweet. Okay. Atlas, you can cast spell?
Yep.
Okay. Atlas, you cast a spell, and you get a ping. There is something within 1,000 foot, very, very close actually, probably within about 100 foot of you. And the wall on the left-hand side, where the water, the big metal tanks that are coming down, that are kind of like partially set. So if you to give an idea, they're partially set into the wall. So they're kind of like if you imagine like a cylinder. There's like a half cylinder jutting into the room, and the other half cylinder is like back into like an alcove, like kind of like tucked away, so you wouldn't be accessible. But you only need to really access the front anyway, because that's where the stuff comes out of. But you get the ping kind of coming from behind the left vat, maybe about 50 foot into the wall, which is way deeper than the vat an alcove would go.
Okay, I'm gonna start pushing around on bricks.
Okay,
If there's any kind of secret passage.
start investigating. Make an investigation check. You search that area.
Can I try and see
16.
if the vat will pop open?
Okay. Atlas, you start looking around, checking bricks and things like that. Asher, do an investigation check as you look at the vat itself. As you see Atlas kind of like going over there and searching that side. You don't think the vat moves, Astra, like upon inspection. And Atlas, you would go to the same conclusion. This vat is... You don't remember seeing the vats back when you were here before. But there was these big... On this side, there's these big barrels on their side. And they were quite like, you know... They were kind of similar. They were like these big alcoves. But they must have gone deeper into the wall than these vats would have done. So there must have been a refurbishment since. So it's very possible that what you're looking for might be just simply buried. Like just behind building work, or maybe there's a dead space back there. Like maybe there's just like built up.
Atlas will turn to Astra and be like, "Get Cyrus. Tell him to bring the crowbar."
I was thinking that. Cyrus!
Cyrus comes full running.
Yep. Run down.
Atlas-
The crowbar.
Atlas just like points dead shot like forward through the wall.
So she points Cyrus for context for you. There's like this big. If you've ever seen like a fermenting tank, like a big fermenting, like a stainless steel fermenting, it's basically one of those made of copper. And it probably, like, the actual bottom of the tank is suspended about 8 foot off the ground, and there's this big, like, hose connector to it and all this kind of stuff up there. And there's, like, ladders and stuff all propped near it as well. But there's, like, it's supported by these big strut legs, and she points to the stonework behind those legs. So you have to go underneath the tank, which, like, bows down a little bit in the middle, and then you, like, go behind that to get to the wall itself.
Cyrus will take off his shield and he will set his sword down and he pulls out a warhammer because apparently I picked one up somewhere.
Can I? Would it be worth me maybe reducing the barrels in size temporarily to make it easier to get past them?
Possibly. Might save Cyrus having to smash stuff.
It depends.
And your
on
dad
how
maybe having a heart attack.
It's like, then maybe Cyrus won't have to smash stuff. Sad Cyrus noises.
Not the it's the big tank that he's going underneath, not the wall of barrels. That's the original wall.
Yeah,
Even
I got a
if
warhammer.
small, it's not going to make a difference.
So
Then he gets
I
to smash stuff.
Yay!
Unless you want to like shrink a brick, you know, like
Can I shrink a Cyrus to get underneath it? Just
it'll make
baby
his
Cyrus.
strength score a bit less, but you can do that.
But then he'll have
Can
to
I
fight
detect,
himself.
Like, an air current at all come from that side to see if there's anywhere weaker that Cyrus
You
could
can
try
do a
and-
final investigation, like Astro.
I have a +5 and I'm proficient in it. If I'm gonna smash a
Go
wall,
for it.
I investigate the wall.
Go for it.
We see me get like that one. Never mind.
Okay. Cyrus, you find like the point where you think, I mean, most notably, you're like, okay, well, this is actually. You take a second, you're like, okay, well, this is a wall, and you're like looking at the bricks. You're looking for a point where you can actually take bricks out of this without fucking collapsing, like
The house.
potentially a structural wall. So you're like looking for points, and you're like, okay, there's that bit, and you see there's a point where there's an arch of bricks, where most of the bricks are like standing horizontal. They actually go to a point where there's an arch of bricks you can see, and they are maybe from an old bit of development. You're not sure, but there's a clear arch there, and there's a keystone in that arch, and you're like, okay, as long as I don't knock that keystone out, in theory, that arch should keep everything above this held up. So you know where not to hit. So I'll give you advantage in the athletics check. If you roll below a 10, you may damage the structural foundation of the building.
Okay, so we don't want to roll a
Has
1 or a
guidance.
2.
And you have advantage, so it's like a 2.5%
Guidance.
chance of it.
I was just sat here thinking, Cyrus is doing all he's looking at how to dig a hole and how to investigate. And then you've got the dwarf sat next to you who's an ex-miner who is a +12 on investigation.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't say
Got any
anything,
twos?
Vulgar. I
Yeah. Have you got any 10s?
Cyrus hits the wall collapses. Volgear, oh, I see what you did wrong. What do you mean?
We hit the keystone. Dead on.
He doesn't
for
even
some
look
reason.
up. He doesn't even look up. It's just like, well, that's the keystone gone.
He's just like, load bearing wall.
Cyrus, you take some time, like you smash and smash and smash, and you take out a chunk of like as soon as you hit the first brick through, like you hit it, and you're kind of expecting like it to break, and like you have to scrape away the debris and you're like, you know, but as you smack this first one, it just like falls backwards, and there's a void.
Huh.
Secret room. Have you got any threes?
Did I feel any resistance at all?
Goldfish.
As much resistance as you would expect, like knocking a brick out of a brick wall would have, but like not like imagine like you remember something like a brick wall up against like dirt and like, you know, rock, but you just smack it and it just like flies through, and you hear like land, like there's a hollow.
Can I
One
just try,
brick.
like pushing the wall rather than trying to just constantly
Give it a
beating
push.
out?
It feels quite sturdy.
Just careful,
Take-
Cyrus.
Just take
Brick
a
at
couple
a time.
bricks out, and then one of us can go in as an ultra small person.
Oh wait,
try
I
and
can just
climb.
go in right now. There's a brick out, and Atlas will just turn into a rat. Scrambles at wall, scrambles at wall. Somebody lift me up and put me in the hole.
Picks up Atlas.
Faster backs up a little. It's like, no.
Turns.
Gently,
I'm just a
gently,
squirrel with a
gently.
naked tail.
I think it's the fact that she had 3 teals was the thing that was freaking her out.
Only one of them is naked.
Unless you jump into this little hole. Does a rat have dark vision?
Probably not.
Asher like squints at you for a little bit and like bops light on you.
Rat does have dark vision. Dark vision 30 foot on rat.
Okay. Then you see that this like you're in this quite vast.
I also have 1 hit point.
You're in this, so the chamber you find yourself in, it is a cylinder, going into the wall. It's actually where Cyrus is hit, because he's probably hit at like his shoulder height. You realize that like where the floor starts in this room is probably about 3 or 4 foot above the floor in the previous room we were just in, and it's a concave like floor and a like convex ceiling. So this full cylinder that you're kind of standing in. You can't see the end at the moment.
I stealth rat forward because I only have 1 hit point.
Okay, stealth check.
Squeakerson.
Sneaky rat. Sneaky rat.
Do you want light, Atlas? I can throw light in there potentially.
Don't respond because I'm being a sneaky rat. 17.
17. You sneak deeper in. Eventually, after about 20 foot, you see that there is an end to this corridor you find yourself in. And it's wide, like, you know, it's about 30 foot across. This cylinder you're in, it's big. There's a rat, it feels even bigger. But right at the end, you see, like, there's just another brick wall. But you, conjuring your spell, you know that that thing is just beyond that layer of bricks, very close to that layer of bricks.
You continue to hear bangs as Cyrus is just making a bigger hole.
A brick like flies past you, like missing you by a few like inches.
You hear a startled squeak. It's not a rat
Sorry.
squeak, it's an Atlas squeak.
Sorry.
First, so I don't have to drop rat form, I'm just gonna have a little look around and see if there's any little gaps I can squeeze my little rat body
Make an
through.
investigation check.
$18.
Alrighty. Yeah, you look around. You can't see anything you can squeeze your little rat body through, but you can see that there, like, some of the bricks back here, where the other ones are kind of like in better, like, repair, like the mortar had been filled a bit more. These ones have really been, like, forgotten about left the time. They begin, like, crumble away in points and, you know, falling away. And as a result, there's a section no bigger than, like, a small, like, you know, window, if even that, probably more like a servant's hatch. You know, like quite a small little like serving window. Probably about halfway up in the wall, and you can see that like there has been clearly a cut through the brick. That suggests that layer of bricks could be like either pushed in or pulled out, or maybe it's hinged. You're not sure, but there's definitely like you see
Alice
that.
will drop her wild shape because this is going to be difficult as a rat.
Yep.
And she will try to push the bricks, pull on the bricks. She's sort of tentatively moving at
Greatly
them.
struggle, because if you recall, I think the room is about 30 foot and this is a cylinder. So even in your current form, unless you fly, you would struggle to get high enough.
I can fly.
Okay, you fly up, so you're about 15 foot off the ground.
I fly and immediately regret it because it's really dusty.
15 foot of the ground, and you see these like this bricks, and you get a look at it, and you know that thing is just behind these bricks, whatever it is.
I'll try to push on them first.
Okay, you push. Make me a strength check.
That's a 16.
Give it a good firm
That's
push.
pretty good for Atlas. She has a -1 to strength.
Give it a good firm push. You feel something beginning to give, but not in a way that you think is intended. You could keep pushing harder with that 16, or you can choose to stop and try a different approach.
I tried to pull instead.
You stop. You change tack and try to pull. Make me a strength check. You like try to get your fingers around this like quite. I like it's like a it's
Two.
a very thin cut. You can't even get purchase like.
Can I try again?
Another brick.
By the time you have like done this a good few times, given it a good effort, I'm gonna say enough bricks to remove the rest of your party. You're able to climb up and into the void that you're in right now, and you see Atlas is flying about 15 foot off the ground, and you're in this big like hollow. It looks like it looks like you're inside a barrel made of stone. Is the best way to describe the space. It bows out a little bit in the middle and like gets shorter towards the edge. And you see Atlas there, and she's like trying to like get her like little spindly fingertips into like these like little like this little like cut in the stonework on the right at the end of the corridor.
I'm assuming you've cast light because I can't see.
She did, I think.
She can, yeah. She probably put it on one of the bricks lying on the ground.
Can I investigate the wall and just...
Yeah.
Because I'm like, is it just that part that moves, or...
Do you want assistance?
14, yes please. Vulgar, this wall's weird.
Do you want me to roll it, or do you want...
You can roll it.
Cool, we're sort of looking.
22?
Yeah.
Can I cast reduce on just those section of brick?
You could try, but I will handle these two checks first. So Cyrus and Volgir, as you're like looking around, it looks like Atlas has found what she's looking for. She's found this, whatever that is, it's some kind of like hatch or door or something like hidden behind it. And as you're like looking, like Cyrus, you identified like that is probably it looks like that's the only way. You can't see any obvious mechanisms or anything like that would like connect it to a button or a lever or anything like that. Volker, you would agree with all that above with Cyrus as well. You think he's pretty much on it with that assumption. However, you can see that based on the way it's set up, you can see that on the left-hand side, effectively you kind of imagine cutting like with an angle grinder, like a brick wall, but not following like the mortar. You just cut like in the middle of the brick, middle of the brick, middle of the brick, and more or less the whole way through. And you can see, Volgir, that where two halves of the same brick would meet and that groove is, you can see on one side it's actually like it's rounded off, and you think that that's probably because someone has like stuck something in there and like used it as leverage to like pop the thing out towards themselves. You would summarize it could be, and the other side, none of the other sides have that like erosion. It's just that one point. Do you think that could be a lever point?
I will point it out and say, crowbar, maybe?
Cyrus, crowbar. Atlas will reach down for it because
15
flight.
foot in the air.
Lift up.
You grab it, Atlas, you wedge it in. Make me a strength check with advantage with the crowbar.
Can I cast guidance on myself?
It will cancel your locate object.
Astra.
Yeah,
You gotta
Sarah, give me
touch
a
you.
bit. Give me a bit
You have to
stuff.
fly down.
here so that I can guidance you.
She's not a whispers bard. It is
That's
60.
guidance. Well,
Okay,
I could
guidance
do
on your
meta
foot.
magic, but not using it.
Atlas guides. Atlas gets her
Pure
foot
shit.
guidance.
I am not good at this. I got a 0 on one of them.
Yep.
A 0.
You got guidance.
Do you need
want to add
help?
the guidance, or are you gonna take
I would like the guidance.
roll d4?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah, that really helped. 6.
You wedge the crowbar in, you pull it, and a bit of the brick chips off and the crowbar falls, and Cyrus, make me a dex.
Oh my god.
Cyrus,
Even
you,
with the injured sense, I rolled 2 7s.
you see like the brick dust coming down, and you instinctively cover your eyes. This is all well and good until a crowbar lands on your head, and you take a very minor 4 points of
That's quite a
bludgeoning
lot.
damage as this crowbar dropped from like 15 foot. Like it's like only falls about 7 foot before it hits your head, but like it's still like a good like dong.
I like to think you just hear, ah, shit. And you're like, ah, brick dust. Thunk.
How tall up is that?
Sorry, did I get ya?
15 foot.
15 foot.
15 foot. How tall are you, Cyrus?
6.
6.
But I used to be 6'2". Am I taller now?
You're bigger now as an orc. I think we established 'cause you weigh more as an orc.
So I'm like 6'5", maybe.
You're like weirdly echoing somewhere.
It's Mary.
It's probably
Ah.
from Mary's book.
Well, while you theory crafting, it's
I-
nice.
I've got an idea. I have an idea.
You want to get on my shoulders?
I'm gonna cast enlarge on you and get you put me on your shoulders.
Okay.
Big boy.
I could fly up.
How strong are you?
Oh, I'm okay.
Yeah, but you also might need your wings as a sudden getaway in case there are regular spiders. That aren't multiple spiders stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, keep your wings for now.
Okay.
Alright, Volgir. Get on my shoulders.
I will get on your shoulders. I will stand up on your shoulders. Yeah, like that. And then just kick you in the shoulder as I cast enlarge.
So
Asher
Volgear
pops
gets a
you on the
little
leg,
makeshift,
guidance.
like fucking Stennis stair lift up.
Hands up, crowbar, holds on to ankles.
I'll throw the crowbar in and give it a whip.
Yeah,
give it a
for
go.
strength. It's a strength check with advantage, athletics check with advantage because of the crowbar.
You get guidance as well. Asher would have bopped you on your way up.
You guys have probably been down here, by the way, for like since like the chat with like Saparna and like Atlas's dad. It's probably been about an hour of like searching and like you've been here a while. Like in the actual estate proper, probably a couple hours at least.
Guidance is D4, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that will be. I think that's a non-nat 20.
And Ichabod is here with,
With
you
guidance.
as well, like watching on. But he's a bit
I think if we're
frail to be-
destroying a wall, he has to be here at this
Yeah,
point.
he's a bit frail to be like
He's-
getting involved, but he's definitely watching. He's like,
It's a 20.
buddy,
with
great.
guidance.
Yeah, you get up on Cyrus' shoulders, you give it a big heave, and as you like pull it, the stone like you see it pops out, and you see go like to grab it, like to stop it from falling, and you realize it's actually hinged and it swings, and like it just swings open. There is a little fully bricked in alcove. Like this was done by design. This wasn't something added on at a later thought. There's a little alcove in there. and you kind of like, you look inside it, and you can see that there is just this little, like, there's barely enough room for it. There's this little glass vial, and you see that on the side closest to you, there's this like little hairline crack running down about halfway of it. And inside of it, there is this liquid, and it is like a glowing blue. It is like a comic, like a cartoon's blue sea water, like that, like completely almost luminescent blue, not natural, not clear.
All I can think is the water boy. This was blessed by an Eskimo man from Alaska. That's high quality H2O.
I'll just look at it and I'll go, right, well, I ain't touching that. It's got a crack in it.
Atlas will fly over.
You can see
She'll
Volgir,
touch that.
you can see Volgir when you look at it.
Moreau's job.
The thing you've opened up, and now you're kind of up here at head height looking at it. You can see there's like a little bit like glass particles like on the stone. You think that when Atlas fucking tried to shove it, she started to break it.
But I didn't
luckily
fully
I will-
break it.
I will keep it to myself. But I will turn, before Atlas grabs it, I will say, is it worth double checking if someone has mending before you move it, in case it shatters? I'm not sure if anyone does.
I also have a seed, if that would help.
Cyrus will pick up.
Yeah, put the seeds in first. He'll take the seeds and
No,
put them in the alcove.
Mend it first. Mend it first.
You just gotta swap your Volgir for an Astra.
Yeah, put me down.
I'll put the Volgir down. Pick up Astra onto the shoulders. Up you go.
Bottle mending.
The glass like all knits itself back together again.
Alice will reach out and pick up the vial.
Pick it up. It feels warm to the touch.
He is holding it very carefully. He's like, not gonna drop it, not gonna drop it, not gonna drop it, not gonna drop it.
Volgir's just standing underneath, just like this, ready to catch, just like.
I know we want it for the seeds, but would it do anything for Saparna?
What, like she drinks her own tears and finally becomes a god again?
Yeah.
Well, let's do the seeds first and see what's left.
You're the cleric. You're supposed to know these things.
I
There's
can
probably enough to.
contemplate it.
There's like a small.
I think we're a
thimble.
little outside of a cleric's wheelhouse by now, to be fair.
There's like a little thimble of this liquid left. Like it looks like over time, much like the wine in the barrels, it's probably slowly evaporated. So there's not much left. There's enough
It's
to.
a
There's probably like
concentrated version.
there's a drop, like a good drop on. You could probably do like one seed, like doused in this properly. But the Atlas family were only given one seed in the first place. If you have one seed, they can propagate.
Alice will hand the vial to her father.
They'll take it.
Maybe we should take it out of the tunnel.
Yeah, before we start sprouting seeds.
Yes,
Yeah,
in
like-
case these grow very quickly, it might be wise to be near some soil. And he'll start.
And maybe a hole.
He'll like make his way out to the cellar and then begin to make his way up the stairs. But if you guys get out of the cellar, the first thing you would notice is the two people who you left out here, Kalis and Zaparna, are both not on the porch anymore. They're both gone somewhere else.
Oh. Look around.
DM question.
No bloodstain, so they're probably fine.
Yeah.
If Astra cast Flood on it, would that essentially just duplicate what we have?
Magic water times 20.
This feels like the
Would that
fucking.
dilute the magic? I don't
This
know.
feels like the fucking thing where as long as it's more than half the volume, you can create blessed water by mixing it with unblessed water. So people just have jugs of blessed water that's been like constantly topped up.
Checking there's no difference between the 2024 rules. So flood is you cause water level of all standing water in the area to rise by as much as 20 foot. If you choose an area in a large body of water, you instead create a 20-foot wall wave that travels from multi everything crashes. And then the rules of that. The water level remains elevated until the spell ends until you use a different effect. If the effect produces a wave, the wave repeats starting your next turn while the flood effect lasts. So you're talking about using the controlled water spells effect flood.
I think so, because
I
don't think I know which
Don't
work.
think water in a bottle would be classed as standing water. Standing water is like a lake or like
Yeah.
a river. Like, you know, like that.
Yeah.
I will look up the definition of standing water. I like the idea.
If we put it in a bucket, does that count as water?
Standing water refers to any body of accumulated non-flowing water such as ponds, lakes, puddles, or reservoirs. I like the idea. It is not a gimme. There is going to be a roll involved. And the risk is, if the roll is bad, there's a chance that, like, the glass vial might just shatter and, like, there's no guarantee you might get to use it at all. Or you can reduce the full vial's contents, which would be enough to do all of the seeds and probably still have some left over. But it's about finessing it, you know?
Yeah.
And also, you're I mean, you've even like you kind of said, is it gonna dilute it? Like, you know, there's no, because flood suggests that, like, you know, you make the water rise, which is because the moon is closer, so you're like making gravity shift. You know, you're not like generating water from nothing. You're like magically like pulling water from the surrounding area to this location.
Would create food and water work in the same Vietnam? Because it's
creating new water.
Because you're creating. That's why I'm thinking control flood.
It could work, but there will be a rule involved. I like the idea. I enjoyed I enjoyed the theory and concepting, and like it is technically not flowing; it's standing water. It is magical, so it's not, you know, mundane, but the spell instead has to be mundane. So I would say there's definitely potential there, but there is, like anything, there is always a potential of failure, and you don't know the gravitas. It might be on a natural 1, or it might be on a 10 or less.
the ASMR/ex-ASMR siblings just fucking with everything Saparna makes and creates and is. Cyrus is like, I know how to fix this. Chaos magic. Astra, I know how to fix this. Make more water.
Now, question for that is, if it shatters the bottle, could you put the bottle on top of a singular seed? Or are you saying that the water just disappears?
The water will be destroyed.
Okay.
The spell will fail, and the water will be destroyed. That's basically what's going to happen.
There's got to be a negative, basically.
The fact that I'm letting like this very loose use of control water exist is enough, you know, compromise. I'm not making you do this. I'm saying there is a potential it can work, but there's a potential it will fail, like anything in D&D.
Astra will put it to the Morose, and Saparna, it's like, it's your divine relic. I don't want to.
Well, your dad will turn to you, Atlas, and he will say, well, you've known them a lot longer than I have, by the sounds of it. And if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be down here in the first place. I think that as the next generation of Monroes, it is not my decision. We have enough money for me and your mother to live peacefully into our old ages and die. Whether or not we till the fields or not in that time, it doesn't affect us. It affects you and your brothers. And you, most importantly, you are the youngest.
I historically have not been great at making decisions.
We could go back to the manor and ask Micaiah and find Kalis and see what he's gotten off to.
Council of 3.
Maybe not do that.
Why?
Kalis rolled a natural 20, by the way.
Maybe give him
I'm not gonna
another.
give you any more context than that.
Maybe give him another 15 to 30 minutes.
Kalis rolled a natural 20, and then Saparna, in quick succession after that, rolled at advantage an 8 on her case. With her bonus, it was more, but even still, it was an 8. And she gets a plus 11 to most of her stats.
Can't believe I wasn't even the first Moreau to fuck Saparna.
Like, best case scenario, you get more tears. Worst case, you don't get any. Or we stick to what we have already. You restore one seed, you make your cuttings, whatever.
Either way, we get the vineyard back. It's just whether the seeds will be useful for anything else. Which maybe they are. Maybe they're super powerful, or maybe they're only good for making magical grapes. I don't know.
Well, I thought if the spell fails, you don't get the seed. You don't get the vineyard back.
Yep. So the risk is if you cast a spell, you would have enough to.
Yeah, but if the
also-
spell is successful, we get the vineyard. If the spell fails, we don't. If we don't do the spell at all, we get the vineyard.
Correct. There's no guarantee that having Saparna drink it or do anything with it will even do anything. This is a theory.
I don't think we risk it. We don't even know what they would do, and this is literally all I wanted.
That's fine.
I want to do it, which historically tells me I should not do it.
Should we
Volgate,
see
near enough, has a
outside,
mini heart
or-
attack.
Yeah,
Inside.
we're having this conversation as we're walking outside.
Yeah. Let's just make the seed.
Volga is having a heart attack at the sensible decision that Atlas has made.
I mean, hell, it's my brother's future, let's face it. Either I'm coming out of the other side of whatever we're doing incredibly rich and powerful, or not making it. Although I suppose if we don't make it, then it's no one's future.
Your father,
No
you like
pressure.
look over, and he's actually gone over, and he's got a shovel, and he has uprooted an old dead vine. And he's like fully cleared a big patch of it, just to get out the way, and he's like he like turns the soil over a few times, he checks it over, and he digs a little bit in, and you see he places the seed in the soil. And then he literally just shrugs his shoulders. He digs another hole next to it. He places the other seed, the dry one he's not done anything to, puts it in that one next to it, and then he digs a third hole, and he puts the one that you had a single Saparna teardrop on and puts that in a hole as well.
Might as well.
But he buries that one, and he buries the other dry one, and then he like just gestures at the hole and goes, at least that way we have a proper experiment to see if anything even happens. Again, we're basing all this off an old family story.
Things based off old stories tend to be true.
There's definitely truth rooted in them somewhere, but maybe the seeds just died. I did my best, but it has been some time. Not everything lasts forever, Atlas.
Atlas will hold her hand out for the vial. I'm the youngest, I get to do it.
You have it. Oh, yeah, you do.
I hand it over to him.
See, he gives it back to you.
She will lean down and put a drop.
Put a drop on the seed, and for a beat, Atlas, you pour this liquid out. As you pour it, it doesn't have the texture you expect. It's almost a little bit viscous, almost more like blood than water. And it pools and just envelops. And you see the seed, like, takes in some of it, but most of it just is lost in the soil. Such a little liquid. Most of it just dissipates. And then you see the little outer shell of the seed just begins to like crack a little bit, like along the seam, on that dried out bit that looks like it's unhealthy and dying, kind of along one of those bumps. And then you catch faintest little hint of green poking through. You see a little sproutling flicks out from it. Your father sees it as well, and he gets the shovel and he like puts a little bit of soil on top and begins to bury it. And now we just have to wait and see. Can kind of step away, step back. He like puts a wing around you, like pulls you in a little bit. Has like a deep sigh. Well, even if it doesn't work, at least we have our hope. And then before he can finish his sentence, it's like exploding out of the ground, just like fucking like just like all over. And you see like where like he cut away a small section, and just like this unraveling, as if like you opened up a fucking can of like snakes of springs, just like it explodes out from the soil. It wraps around one of the nearby things, like slingshots over to never like pulls it taut, and it for a second like everything seems a little bit out of control. And your father like looks around and goes like,
Astra flings lightning at something random.
and your father's like, we might want to get inside. It's like just like just because like latching onto things all around. These vines are just rapidly growing. And as he starts to usher you indoors, that is where we're going to stop for tonight. And we will see you all.
And next session, we will fight the vines.
Fight the vineyard.
Hey?
We've had a smog monster, now it's the vine monster.
I did say that the oxygen levels were a little bit higher than they ever were before. Until then, bye-sy-bye!
I mean, at least we didn't shit.